is more or less going to be a virtual interaction session because we need to know how this course is going to be organized to help our learning experience and to be sure that we don't find it difficult to navigate our way through the course. So my name is Dr. Adewumi. I'll be the one taking us through this course. And today I've prepared 3 parts of this interaction. As you can see on the screen, there is a material I have prepared that organizes this course for us. So you will know the resources we are using, the knowledge you need to have before you can really understand what is going on in the course, the way we are going to organize our tests, the grading, and what we are going to be doing weekly. I posted a question in the chat room because from the timetable that I have with me, I see that the lectures for this current postgraduate students started on the 20th of February. Could you kindly post for me in the chat room how many courses started on the 20th of February, or maybe the dates that any of your course started? Could you quickly put that on the chat room? And that would inform the next thing I'm going to say. Any of your courses, as I guess this course is only taken by design and production students. So how many courses have started and what dates did it start? I'm just waiting for a comment in the chat room. Maybe from the class rep or course rep. Okay, you started lectures last Monday. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. So it means that we are not so far behind. Okay, so I expected that by now, all those that have gained their admission, there is a platform, a WhatsApp platform for design and production students, where you're exchanging information about your different courses. How many people are on that platform? Not for the whole MSc class, because I know there's applied mechanics, there's design and production, and there's thermofluids. I think those that are doing the applied mechanics and design and production, this course is compulsory. So if we have a platform for design and production students, how many people are on that platform? Oh, you have only a combined platform. Okay. I would want to advise that possibly we have a separate platform so that we can keep track of those that are specifically taking this course. The reason is because of information on our tests, information on our tutorial sessions, specific information for those that are taking this course. I won't want you to be posting it on the larger platform because messages will be dropping in and some might be lost. So I don't know if this works for us. Can anyone respond? So after today, I think we should have a platform for maybe continuum mechanics, because this is going to be purely virtual for now. I'm on sabbatical leave at LASU, so for now I won't be able to come in physically. So I don't know if it works well for us to have a platform for continuum mechanics, because there are some things that are just peculiar to us. Do we agree, or do we feel the general platform will serve us well? Okay, I can see only Bolaji Dowu responding to me. Can others also respond? Remember, this is an interaction, so we are going to kind of set the pace for the course today. No. Tohib, I guess possibly you didn't understand. Is it okay? As far as I'm concerned, it is those that are here that are first of all serious about this course. This is 1210. Okay, so that's just what I wanted to know. Thank you very much. So because there are some, I like communicating with students as often as possible via WhatsApp and through the course rep. Information can be just flying in at any time. So it could be lost on the general platform because some other things will be dropping, which might be a bit, it could be a bit dangerous because you might see some test notifications, you might see some things that could help. So please, I just want to ask that we have another platform for continuum mechanics. So if you are looking at the screen, so I will have a part of today's interaction will be taking us through how this course is organized. The next part will be me taking you through where you will find the course materials, and you are going to do it right here in class so that I can be sure that everybody can access the materials that we are going to use for the course. Also, the recordings for all our interactions will be placed on that platform. So in case you had network issues, you were thrown out, or you did not attend the class, even though I will talk about attendance very soon, or anything, you would get all those materials on a particular platform so that you don't need to search for it. So we have this first day course package will also be posted. I will send it to the admin. It will also be posted on the platform so that you can access it. So like I said earlier, my name is Dr. Adewumi. This is my email address. I prefer that students communicate with me via email, while only the course rep communicates with me through WhatsApp, so that I don't keep receiving WhatsApp messages from contacts I don't know. I've added the course rep to my phone contacts. So when I see a chat from him, I know that I need to attend to it. But for other students, you could send me anything, any concerns about this course via email, which is available to everybody. The prerequisite for you understanding all the topics in continuum mechanics is vector algebra and calculus, along with tensor algebra and calculus. I know that during our undergraduate studies, which could have been a very long time ago, would have done vector algebra and calculus. So we are going to use some part of this course to do a lot of review. You are going to do a lot of self-paced learning to cover the prerequisites, but I will be coming in for tutorials to take us through the part that refers to vector algebra and calculus, and also tensor algebra and calculus. Those two are prerequisites to continuum mechanics. I'm also conscious of the fact that we are all coming from various institutions, universities, and possibly your course content curriculum does not cover tensor algebra and calculus. So you'll be accessing materials that will help you do this on your own while I do the tutorials. Please note that continuum mechanics starts from after tensor algebra and calculus. Vector algebra and calculus, tensor algebra and calculus is the language of continuum mechanics. So we need to learn the language before we can actually understand what is going on in the course. It's just like talking to a child that hasn't gone to an English class yet, and I gave the child a 40-page novel written in English to read. So that child will not be able to read that novel because that child does not understand English language. Maybe that child understands Yoruba language, that child will be able to read books in Yoruba, but for English, he or she won't be able to do that. That same analogy applies to continuum mechanics. I cannot teach continuum mechanics, the topics that are involved in continuum mechanics, if you don't know the language of vector algebra and tensor algebra and calculus. But we will walk through it together. You will have self-tests to be able to test yourself to be sure that you are already in the basic foundation for continuum mechanics. From the timetable, our classes holds Monday, 12 noon to 2 p.m., Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I already have a detailed weekly schedule. I'll walk you through that when we get there. The course material we are using is Continuum Mechanics for Modeling, Simulation, and Design by Professor Fakinlede. This book or this material, available for free online, was compiled together by Professor Fakinlede, a professor of systems engineering at the University of Lagos, with the peculiarities of those of us in the Nigerian context, that in our institutions, we don't take a pre-course in tensor algebra and calculus. So that book, a lot of research reading was done, and Professor Fakinlede now put together this material that any student in our own local context can read, go through, and such a student can compete and sit into any course that applies to continuum mechanics in whatever country that they find themselves. So that is why this is the recommended textbook. There are many other textbooks in continuum mechanics, but this is the one we'll be systematically using for this course. It is also very compulsory that you download the Wolfram mathematical software. You will need this software in some of your tests. Not some, I guess possibly almost all, if I recall. There is no need for you to panic. We have presently the final year undergraduate students in mechanical engineering are very proficient in using this software. I also used it for the current 300 level students in mechanical engineering. So what you could do to ensure that everybody has this software downloaded before Wednesday and installed on your computer for your learning, what you could do is contact the class rep for 500 level, the class rep for the course rep for continuum mechanics. Please do that on behalf of your class. His name is Demilade. I know that I have some people that are here that are also staff in the Department of Mechanical Engineering that could also help out. So course rep, please make this contact with Demilade. There are about 3 students I can give you offhand that you could contact. In case you cannot make their contacts, please chat with me after this class. I will send you their names and phone numbers. I will call them ahead to let them know that you are going to contact them so that you can get this done as soon as possible. The course rep should first of all ensure that he downloads it on his laptop. Is the one that is taught how to do it, and he can communicate all that is needed to the class so that this could be done as fast as possible. Weekly lecture and tutorial recordings. Fortunately, we are using Zoom. That is one advantage of virtual classes to physical classes. It means that everything that I'm saying right now is recorded, and you can listen to it again after this class in case you missed anything. So these recordings also will be posted on the platform, the web platform we are using for this course. All our tests are going to be online self-tests, which means you can take it from whatever location you are. I'll be showing you a demo of how this works. I'll be playing a video that has the demo of how this works. And it will be done after each chapter is covered. Now I move on to discuss how this course will be graded so that you can be prepared. The self-tests, which I call quizzes, there are going to be 6 of them. There are 6 chapters we are going to be covering from the book by Professor Fakinlede in this course. And each of those chapters have tests already prepared that can be taken from whatever location you are in. The only criteria is that you are in a place with very good internet connection. You have to make that effort so that you will not have an issue of your test is hanging or it just logs you off and it messes up the grades that you have. So please take note of it. There are 6 online self-tests. They will be held in week 3, week 6, week 9, week 13, and week 14/15. I don't know how long they will give us before the exams kick off. Attendance will be very compulsory. This virtual interaction is not one of the attendance, but the admin is going to take the attendance. And that will serve as my own records for the students that were in class. But starting from our next interaction, first tutorial and interaction, attendance will be taken. And I'm going to enforce that only those that have a minimum of 65% will be able to take the exams. Please, I want to plead with us to cooperate with me so that we will have a very smooth interaction. And that is why the course rep will need to communicate this to those that are not here right now. Also, for our Zoom meetings, I'm going to take it as if I am physically with you in class. What it means is that once it is 15 minutes after the class begins, the admin will not let anyone in again. The admin will not let anyone in again. So what we are going to do is that each time I'm going to put in a reminder for you to post on your platform for those that are not in to come in before the class entry closes. There will be 6 tutorial sessions during the semester, and this is to further strengthen your understanding of the course and also the programming aspect of the course, so that it will be very, you would be able to understand what you need to do, and you'll be able to also ask questions. The self-test and the final exams will be graded as follows. Because chapters 1 to 3 is supposed to be a prerequisite to continuum mechanics, so the self-test will only form 20% of the grades. Continuum mechanics itself is 3 chapters of that book, chapters 4, 5, and 6. The self-test for those 3 chapters will be 30% of the course, and the final exams will be 50%. And that will be 100% for the whole of this course. I'm going to pause right now, check my chat room to see questions. If you have questions about what I've said so far, please post it right now so that I can attend to them before I move on. Those that are unable to join the lecture already received the notice of this class ahead. What I expected them to do was to move to a location within campus, because this class is from 12 to 2. So they don't need to sit inside the class. I know from the timetable I have, continuum mechanics is 12 to 2. Then you have a 1-hour break before numerical methods. So you can actually go anywhere within campus where you know there will be good internet connection, sit in there to receive this class. So the people that are currently in class right now should be able to move from where they are, because I know that possibly within the class, they might not get good network. They need to move from there to anywhere around Unilag campus. The class is 12 to 2. The first class that you have on Mondays holds from 9 to 11. So there's a 1-hour break before continuum mechanics. That 1 hour can be used to ensure that you are set for this class. So please, I know that this might be a bit difficult. I am not physically around right now, but I am scheduled to take this course. I'm supposed to be in LASU fully for my sabbatical leave. And it won't work for me to come burn my fuel and all that to Unilag, and as well burn my fuel and all that down to Ekpe. So I think that this can work better for us. Okay, so I'm saying that from Mojirade Shitu. So please help me communicate that with you. Today is virtual interaction, so we are not even doing any class today, so to say. Today is just for me to take you through how the course will be like, and the recording will be available to everyone. So if this is coming too late for them to relocate and all that, they should not worry, they will get the recordings after the class. Okay. Great time to join the class again, 15 minutes. So Bolaji, class starts 12 p.m. on Mondays. It means the class will be opened till 12:15. Will be 12:15. Don't worry, everybody joining today. Today is a free day. Even if you come towards the end of the class, you will not be penalized today. Today is how will I put it, an interaction. So if you looked at the details sent, you will see virtual interactive session. So it's not a lecture. I hope you understand. So today is anyone who comes in late, no problem. I'm just saying this for the first time. So that's why we are having this interaction, so that we can get everything sorted before we really begin. So Fisayo, don't worry about that. You are good. Okay. Okay, I can see Akiode Yusuf and log in with your school password. Okay. Okay, I guess that's a good location. Akiode, thank you for sharing that with us. I think that will help a lot of people that need the free internet facility of Unilag to use for this class, so that they won't be paying again for data. Any other question before I move on? Any other question? Can I go ahead? So why continuum mechanics? Why tensor calculus and algebra? The focus of this course is getting students to understand the fundamental concepts of tensor and tensor analysis used to describe the mechanics of a material modeled as a continuum. Because we are designers, engineering, we are going to be dealing a lot with engineering design, especially for those of us in the design and production part of mechanical engineering. Actually, continuum mechanics is for everybody. Continuum mechanics is for everybody. But I know that there's a course for those in thermofluids that they deal with some of these concepts. But naturally, this course should be compulsory for all mechanical engineering students, because we all deal with materials, whether solids, gases, liquids, viscoelastic, elastic, whatever kind of materials. When we make the assumption that that material is taken as a continuum, then the mechanics of such material is called continuum mechanics. The theory that studies those kinds of materials is called continuum mechanics. And by the end of this course, you'll be able to see how you can apply the knowledge learned to design, to engineering design. Let me just put it in that summary. It will also give you the competence to be able to interpret results that you obtain numerically. If you do some simulation using softwares like ANSYS, Autodesk, Fusion, 360, CFD, and all those kind of simulation softwares, they give different results: strain, stress, heat, displacement. So you're being able to interpret those kind of results comes from the knowledge of continuum mechanics. And that is why that is very, very useful. Nuruddin Abdullahi, I can see you have a question. Please, you have to wait for me to finish this part before I can take your question. What are our course learning outcomes? Remember, I told us that we'll be doing a bit of review of vectors and tensors. You'll be able to describe what a vector basis is, understand how to write in index notation, describe how to carry out coordinate transformation from one coordinate system to another and its interpretation. You'll be able to identify and define what a tensor is, its invariance and decomposition. You'll be able to apply and extend the concepts we learn in vector, algebra, and calculus to tensors. You'll be able to solve problems written in tensor notation using the mathematical software. You'll be able to understand what strain is, why strain is what is being used to quantify deformation. We'll also be dealing with things such as stress and heat flux, and also the conservation laws from the continuum mechanics perspectives. Every other thing here about academic integrity and this other things in this first day course package will be available to us on the course platform. Let me pause a bit and take Nuruddin's question. Nuruddin, please post your question in the chat room and I'll be able to attend to it. The reason why I'm not allowing us to unmute is because I know we are in different places. There could be noise, some distractions here and there. And I always like us to have a clean recording. So that is why the admin cannot allow us to unmute, so that when we are listening to this again, there won't be any interference, okay? So while I wait for Nuruddin to post his question, let me take us through the lecture schedule. This is the part I want us to really, really pay attention, and I'll need you to ask me as many questions as possible. Now, the first chapter of the textbook that we are using is Vectors, a review of elementary principles and an extension to abstract concepts. Now, this is a course or a topic that should have been covered before we start this course on continuum mechanics. But I'm not going to make that assumption that we really know what is going on there. So as you can see, this is week 1, which is this week. R1 means review 1. So wherever you see RRR, it means review. Oh, are you referring to me as sir? I don't understand what Nuruddin is saying. I've said for this class, I'm not going to allow you on mute because I want a clean recording. So please post your question. If your question is not easy texting or typing, I have made my email available. You can take your time after the class to put your question in a form and I will respond to you via email. Nuruddin, I hope that is understood. I am the one that said that you cannot be unmuted, okay? So, so that is why I want this class to be very, very smooth. No student will be allowed to unmute in our virtual session. So you could interact with me via email after the class, okay? So please, let's pay attention for now. Ensure that you are not typing anything right now. Everything I say here will be important, even though you have the recordings available, but it will be good for you that I can respond to you right now, to your questions. So like I said, we are in week 1, starting today. And week 1 ends on Sunday, the 9th of April. In week 1, we are going to do a first review. This first review will be a self-paced review. What do I mean by that? All the materials will be available for you on the platform. You will be expected to go to those materials, download it, read through it, understand what is going on there, and cover all the concepts. In fact, we have some recordings from previous students where I did some online tutorials and recordings. You can also listen to that to be able to understand what is going on. But I will not be giving you a lecture on this review. I will not be giving you a lecture on this review because it is not part of the course content for this course. But because I cannot assume that we all have it covered, we have made all the necessary materials available, and that review starts this week. So you can do it at any time. You could schedule. Continuum mechanics as a course has been given 4 hours a week. Okay, this is an interactive session, so this does not count as a lecture. So what you could do is to dedicate 4 hours of your time, and you can spread it any way you want. You could do it in 30 minutes. It could be in the night, it could be in the afternoon, it could be anytime, whenever you want. But just ensure that you don't pile up your review. Ensure you don't pile up your review. Ensure you cover the topics that are for review 1 at the time that week 1 ends. Ensure that you don't pile it up, because when you are now piling it up, you'll be so far behind and you'll be overwhelmed. So we have been given 4 hours for continuum mechanics every week. This first review, I am not going to come in for lectures. This first review means that you are to do your self-paced learning, access all your learning materials, schedule the time that will be convenient for you to be able to review this, and note down all the questions you could have in preparation for the tutorial time. As you can see, week 2 is 10th of April, which is next Monday. I know that there is what we call Easter break, but you know that when we say week 2, 10th of April is just one day. You can decide to take that break on your own, but just ensure that within that week, you cover all this that we have here as review 2. So even if I'm not going to be coming in for this review on the timetable as it is scheduled, ensure that you have your own personal timetable to cover these reviews. Now for week 3 is when I will now come in. I'm going to come in not only on the 17th, I'm also going to come in on the 19th. So week 3 on our timetable, I'm going to come in 12 to 2 p.m. on Monday, which is 17th. I'm also going to come in on Wednesday, 19th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And during that session, we are going to deal with all the worked examples, any part of the examples that are in the textbook. In the textbook for each chapter, we have about 100 solved problems. And all your tests are going to be taken from those 100 solved problems. So if there's any one that you have worked out you don't understand, please note them in preparation for this tutorial session. If you look here also, you will see OST1 opens. What OST means is online self-test opens. And we will discuss that very soon. I don't want to discuss that because there's a demo that I'm going to show you on how that is going to happen. So the test will open this week. And what it means is that you must have taken the self-test for chapter 1 before week 4. Because once this opens and this self-test is done, it closes, there will not be a makeup. There will not be a makeup. So please, let's take note of that. Now I will move to chapter 2. Follows the same format. So after everyone does the self-test for chapter 1, everybody knows chapter 1 is covered. Then we move to chapter 2 of the textbook, which is tensor algebra. Week 4 also, you can see this is R4, R5, week 5, R6, which is review. You can see it's not L4. L means lecture. Lecture means I'm going to give you a lecture. Review means that you are supposed to review it. So I am coming in for R3. R3 is where I'm going to review chapter 1 with you. So I'm going to be coming in via Zoom to do that with us. And I'm going to come in on Monday and on Wednesday so that we have all that covered before you take your self-test, even though it opens up. So it's going to be the same format also for chapter 2. So I won't want to repeat myself. The dates are here to keep you organized. You can put these dates on your calendar so that you will know that, oh, I have not done this, I have not done that. I need to cover this. And also, I will come in again in week 6 to review chapter 2 with you, solving worked examples and all the questions that you've prepared for me before you take your self-test. I will always send a reminder to the course rep to let you know that you should have started with review of week 2. So that if anyone, maybe as a result of work or family responsibilities and some other things going on in our lives, once you see that reminder on the Continuum Mechanics Students platform, you know that, oh, there's something that I've not yet done. The same thing repeats itself after the self-test for chapter 2. Chapter 3, which is tensor calculus. Remember that all this chapter 1, 2, 3 is just still the language. We have not even started the continuum mechanics itself. But I cannot teach continuum mechanics without you knowing what is going on here. So week 7 also, you are going to cover all the materials to be available. You review this week 7, review this week 8. Week 9, I come in also for another tutorial session to take all your questions. We are going to have coding sessions to understand how you use Mathematica to solve some of the questions that were given to you, and the self-test for chapter 3 opens, and that test will close after that week before we start kinematics. Kinematics is the beginning of continuum mechanics. Kinematics is the beginning of continuum mechanics, and that is why you will see that we don't have R's anymore. We now have L's. So we are going to be having the lectures proper, because this is now the core parts of the course. But it's just that weeks 1 to 9, without that, you can't know what is going on in these weeks. Weeks 1 to 9 is like the life wire. Is like the heart that pumps the blood for you to be able to understand what is going on in kinematics. So for these ones, we'll be coming in for our Zoom sessions. So that's why you see lecture 1, lecture 2, Monday, Wednesday, and the topics that will be covered. And week 11, we'll just have pure tutorial and coding sessions on kinematics. And we'll open the self-test for that. So we will be having a lot of virtual face-to-face meetings. I mean virtual meetings, not physical. The same thing. So this is chapter 5. This is chapter 4. Excuse me. This is chapter 4, kinematics. Chapter 5, stress and heat flux. We repeat the same thing. Chapter 6, natural balance principles. But we are going to be having lectures, not reviews here, and the tutorial and coding sessions. And once we are done, we'll be done with all our tests. 6 tests in all, systematically from chapter to chapter, so that I don't just, it will be overwhelming for me to just give you 1 test or 2 tests that cover 6 chapters. But if we are doing it chapter by chapter, it means you can pace yourself to be taking the tests. Okay. So I'm going to pause now and take questions. The next thing I'm going to do is going to take you to the platform where you can access the materials, and you are going to do it right now. And I'm going to ensure that you can locate where the materials are and you can access it. And we're going to do it right now. I'm also going to show you a demo of how the online self-test is like. Okay. So do we have any questions on what we've done? So, okay, I can see Fisayo's question. Is Wolfram Mathematica? Wolfram Mathematica. The reason why I don't want you to start disturbing yourself is that we have undergraduate students that have used this software over and over and over and over again. So that was why I said that the course rep should remind me immediately after this class via WhatsApp to give you the contact of at least, I think I can give you the contact of 2 students. And I will call them to let them know that you'll be contacting them so that they can help out with how you can get this software easily done. Because you need that software like yesterday. Remember that the you're supposed to be reviewing as you go, and within the course material are some codes in Mathematica. When you get to that part, it will look like like somebody has thrown you off. So, but if you have the Mathematica software, you can actually begin to practice how to use it. Okay, Fisayo, I hope I answered your question. Any other question? Any other question on this schedule? Don't worry, you will get this schedule. So if there are still more questions, and even on the platform, there is a place where you can post questions, but I don't want you to make use of that because it might actually take me time to see it. But if it's on my mail, I check my mails every day, so I'll be able to see it immediately. So, I'm not seeing any other question. Should I go on to take us to the platform where you access the materials and ensure that all you just need, if you can either use your phone and your laptop, anyone that you have. And I'm going to ensure that you do it now and you tell me that you are able to access the materials. Should I go ahead to that? I'm just waiting for your yes or no. Okay, all right, thank you. So I'm just going to minimize this particular slide I'm sharing. So the first thing that I want you to do is I'm going to open another tab. And please just follow me. And I'm going to type S2P Africa. It's already typed here on mine. But let me just finish typing it. So right now, as I'm demonstrating this is like an hands-on thing that we have to do. Open, whether it's your Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, whatever it is that you are using. Open a new tab, type S2P Africa, enter. When you do that, depending on what shows up, in mine, the first thing here is S2P Africa Learning Management System. You will see another one that has S2P Africa, s2pafrica.org. Don't open that one. What you need is S2P Africa Learning Management System. Let me know if you are, don't click, okay, you could click on it, but just to be sure, can we all see this on our Google search or our web search? Please type yes, because that is what will show me that you are with me. So I'm not moving too fast. Fantastic. Very good. Now click on the learning management system. Once you click on the learning management system, it takes you to this platform here. So once you can see once you open up the web page of the S2P Africa Learning Management System, just type in the chat room opened. Just type in the chat room opened. I'm expecting that the 12 of us right here will be able to type opened. I want to be sure every student here. Thank you, Oladotu. Thank you, Bolaji. Okay, Fisayo. Waiting for more people. Just want to be sure that we are not struggling. I want us to do this together. Because this is your learning is self-paced. And you won't be able to have contact with me like this, like what we are doing right now. So I want to be sure that everybody is good. I can only see 3 people opened, so I'll just wait a while and see if I have more people open the management system. So please type opened. Let me look at those that are here. Okay, Akionde, okay, good. Ibrahim, Mohammed, Mujirade, Nuruddin, Onabowale, Tohib, Mubarak, please type open so I can be sure you are good. So I'm waiting for others. I'll just wait for about a minute. Once I don't see, okay, I can see your chats. I'll just wait till 12:53 on my own time. Okay, Mohammed, okay, good. 5 out of, okay, some people, I think internet has thrown them out and they're trying to, oh, you are not connected. Okay, Ibrahim, you will get the recording. Please try and walk through it. I just want to be sure that you can access all the materials without any difficulty. So not a problem at all. Okay, let's go on. Now, if you look at the top here, it says register here. If I click on register here, it will show for me that I'm already registered. So, and if you look here, you will see new students use your matric number as username during registration. The reason is because the list of those that are registered, is the same list we are going to populate for the self-test. What it means is that if you are not registered here, it shows that you have not accessed this platform, and it shows that you have not yet reviewed what you need to review to take the test. So right now, I want everybody to click register here and register. Ensure that you use your matric number as username. Use your matric number as username. For those that are not connected right here, don't worry. After the class, when you are connected, just do the same. I want to be sure that you are registered. So let me click on it here. Let me see whether it will still show me I'm registered. So you can see here, it says you're already logged in. You're already logged in. So because I am already registered, so that is why it's showing that. So I'm going to mute myself for about 5 minutes to ensure that you are registered with your matric numbers. If you have any difficulty, I'll be looking at the chat to be sure that that is sorted. So I'm going to mute myself right now. Okay, I'm going to ask the admin a quick question. Admin, I know that they are going to use their matric numbers as username in the registration, yes, because I've registered, so I really can't understand. I really can't remember what is there. I'm sure their first name and surname will also be in the registration. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let me send the.
So by the time we are compiling the list for the self-test, we'll have their first name, we have their surname, and we have the matric numbers.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So for those of us that possibly, because I know some students, sometimes they get their matric number late, use your registration number as username. Please don't use your name as username. Use your matriculation number or your registration number if you don't have a matric number yet. I hope you understand. Akyode, I hope that is clear. Anyone registered now? Please let me know if you're having any difficulty so that we can resolve. Okay, I can see all your chats. You don't worry about acknowledgement. You will see that there is a portion at the top. Let me go home. I'm logged in already, so maybe let me see if I can just log out and come back in. Just give me a minute. So I'm logged in. This is register here. So I don't know if you could see at any part within at the side of your board, there should be a login. I'm trying to get the challenge that you're having. So, oh, so if you're already logged in, don't worry about it. What it means is that next time when you are coming back, because you registered already, it's already taking you as logged in. So what I want you to do now, Fisayo, and for every other person that might be having the same issue, what you can do now is for you to go to courses. So just go here on your tab. Once you go to courses, pick MEG 805, Continuum Mechanics. Courses, MEG 805, Continuum Mechanics, and click on that. Once you do that and you come down, because I have enrolled already for the course. I have enrolled already for the course. So that's why it's showing me start course. On yours, it will say enroll. So you click on enroll. Fisayo, did you get what I just did? Bolaji, don't worry, we'll correct the details later. So all corrections will be made after the class. All that I just need is for the course rep to just give me a list, because some people that are even using their registration number might want to change to matric number. So you will always have time to be able to correct any mistake that you have made. So Bolaji, you could do me an email or send via your course rep, okay? So I need everybody to have enrolled, because if you don't enroll, everything that is here will be locked. I want to take us through this. These are all the materials for the first 3 chapters. So these are all the materials. So if you don't enroll, you will see that it's going to be locked. You will see a padlock. Yes, enroll now, exactly. So click on it. Thank you, Fisayo. Maybe I should make you assistant lecturer for the class. just on the lighter note, because you are making it easy for me. So if you are looking at the charts, you will see what Fisayo posted down, and you just click on enroll. Once you enroll, it means you have access to the course materials. I'll just wait some more minutes to see that you are enrolled, and I'll now walk you through what you need to do for each week. I'll walk you through that, okay? Based on our lecture schedule. I'm not hearing from some people, though. I'm hoping that we are all good. Tohib, Onoboale, Oladotun, Nuruddin, Mubarak, Famous. Ibrahim, you already told me you're not connected, but I'm hoping that when you get the recordings, you can do all this. At least I know that Bolaji has been chatting. But for the rest of us, I just called your names. Please don't keep quiet, so that I will know if you need anything. So even if you've done it, I know some of us might have done it. Some of us, we just don't like chatting in class. But just help me so that I know that you are good. Have we enrolled? I'm checking enrolled, the number of students taking the course right now. I'm number 1. And I'm still seeing total enrolled 1. So maybe I should go back and see if it will change. So I'm still seeing 1. So where's everybody? Besides, haven't you enrolled? Okay, 5 now. Okay, good. 5. I think that's a good number. Okay, I needed to go back. Now, I want to take you through what you need to, so you can read through all this. This is just telling us why we need the course. I can see that 5 of us are enrolled. This helps me to keep track of those that are really on the platform. So when it's time for tests, nobody can just send me a mail or notice and saying, oh man, I missed your test, make up test. No, that can happen. That this class is virtual does not mean that it's not organized, it's not being monitored, and it's not being taken seriously. So I have 5 people enrolled now. Hopefully when the recording is posted, more people enroll. I will track this. That gives me an idea of those that would have taken week 1 test. As soon as you take week 1 test, the test is automatically graded. I receive the results and the number of students. So this is a well-organized course, even though it's virtual. So I'll take us through. So you will see here, this is chapter 1. Only chapter 1 has been loaded, so that it is not crammed up for us. Only chapter 1 has been loaded. I will tell the admin to take off this self-test instructions, because this is for another set. So I'll tell him to take it off so that it's clean for all of us here. So if I open this week 1, in week 1, you will see the materials for chapter 1 is here. This is the whole book for chapter 1, or the whole material for chapter 1. We purposely are not loading in all the materials at once, so that it will not be difficult for you to see what to do. So I'm opening the chapter 1 now, so that you will see what it looks like. You can also open it on any platform that you have, so that I can tell you what you need to do. The worked examples already being done. You have the recording. Ibrahim, don't panic. You have the recording. So as I'm talking now, it's being recorded. So it will just be as if I'm talking to you when you are doing it. You understand? So just follow the procedure and ensure that you are able to do what I'm doing right now. Ibrahim, is that okay? So I believe, Ibrahim, that before the end of today, you'd have gotten this done. That is very important. So this is chapter 1, and also the introduction to the book. This is what it looks like. It tells you about the resources. This was actually prepared for the undergraduate students, but this is what we are using. You can see the welcome, learning resources. There are some things there that might not look like it's for us, but just read through. So this is chapter 1. And you will see all the notes here broken down. And this is what you need to cover this week before you can take the self-tests, and before I come in for the tutorials. At the end of the book, that's where I'm going to. At the end of the book, you will see some solved problems. Let me go to the beginning of the solved problems. So these are the worked examples, and everything that you will see in your self-test, there will be nothing there that will be strange to you, nothing at all. Every question, and I repeat again, every question will be taken from these worked examples. The only reason why you may struggle with your self-test is because you did not review the material and you did not go through the worked examples. You need to go through the worked examples to know the ones that are a bit difficult for you in preparation for the tutorial. In preparation for the tutorials. So for example, maybe you were looking at question 1.20. It did not really make sense to you how this was done. All you need to do is just note it somewhere. And by the time you are done with the review of week 1, compile it together, send it to me via my email, and I'll prepare for it for the class. Because in the class, I'll be using a whiteboard, so I'll be working it out. And you will see some demonstrations from some of the recordings from the past. The self-test is such that it will point you back to the exact question that you missed in the worked example. It will point you back so that you can go and look at it again to be sure that you understand what is going on there. So I'm going to go back now to, so that's week 1, that's chapter 1. Then you will see that there's another material here put together by Professor Fakilede as slides. So chapter 1 is the whole chapter put together. The slides have been, these are the slides. The slides have been done in a way that it has broken chapter 1 into small elements. You can see, these are the slides telling you about what is going on, learning resources, even though this was prepared for the undergraduates, but it could be very useful to you about the course, what the course is about, and all that. So we have these slides. This one is 48 slides. If you go to this one, remember that your own review of week 1, week 2, week 3 is not this one. No. Let me share this back. Look at our schedule here. Look at our schedule here. You can see that the only thing we have here for you to cover chapter 1 is week 1 and week 2. So what it means is that everything in chapter 1 have been compressed into 2 weeks for you. Have been compressed into 2 weeks for you. So what you are expected to do is that at the end of week 1 and 2, you have covered everything that has to do with vectors, elementary principles, and computations practicum. So everything here in 2 weeks, everything you can see here, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, should have been covered by you, in 2 weeks, before we come into the 3rd week where I will come for tutorials. So please ensure that you go through all the materials. And that is why the only set of materials posted was for chapter 1. After we are done with chapter 1 and your self-test, we will post chapter 2. And we keep going like that. Now, I want to take you through the videos. You can see here, PG 2021 videos. Let me open that up. So you will see here, there's a coding session. So when you install your Mathematica, this was being facilitated by one of our undergraduate students, and that's the contact I'm going to be giving to the course rep to help with the installation of the codes. You can watch this video. You can see tutorial session 1 that I held with the previous undergrad. You can see I'm using the whiteboard. I already did the tutorial. This was the tutorials I did then in preparation for their self-tests. Now, this one, you can see, has to do with chapter 1 also. Then we had an online tutorial session here. So you could just go through all this. These are previous recordings. We will have our own recordings, but this was put here so that you could see what we did in the previous class. Okay. Any questions on the issues around accessing the materials on the platform before I go to a demonstration of a demo of the self-test? what's going to look like. Any questions? I'm just going back so that I could go to the platform. Any questions? Should I go ahead and show you the demo? Should I go ahead and show the demo of the self-test? You can download once you have the, okay, let me confirm that first of all. Let me confirm that. I want to do something now. Just give me a minute. I could see your question, Bolaji. So I want to confirm. You can see here, there's a print here. Bolaji, I need you to be with me. There's a print here, and that print allows you to download the slide. Okay? So you could just have your own. For example, if I click on it now, it's giving me, so I will just come here and say print as PDF. And it's print. A lot of work went into the process. Actually, they spent a lot of time preparing this and making it available for free. I think students should really ensure that the proprietary of this is protected. So when you print it, you are not supposed to print and share on your platform. Each student should go do it themselves. That's the only thing that is required with you, from you. That's the only thing that is required from you. So the only thing that you won't be able to download is the recording. So the recording, you have to, the video recordings, you have to be online to watch it, just like you are online right now. So possibly you could schedule a time. I know inside Unilag, there's free internet so that you will not burn time. So you could just schedule that your study period will be such that you can access the Unilag internet available for students. Okay. So yes, I've been able to confirm that you can actually print the materials, but you won't be able to access video recordings. All right. So I want to go ahead now to share with you the demo for the self-test. It's also available on YouTube. I'll tell you where to go to get that on YouTube, but I've downloaded it for this class so that I don't need to spend more time. So where you need to go to, if you go to YouTube, and type in S2P Africa, accessing YouTube, make sure that you're on YouTube, and type in S2P Africa on YouTube. I'm just trying to show you where you will get that demo after this class. So you would see there are some latest videos there posted, but the one that you need is this playlist, EDC 2022 November 13 info session. So I'll just go to the playlist. So, and what you just need there is the demo. Just give me a minute. Let me just see where that demo is. So you see here, mask demo. Mask demo. So I'm just pointing us to it, but I have it already here. I'm going to play it for us now. so that we can watch. But if you are online, you can just follow that up and you can download yours also. Just go to Mask Demo and download from YouTube so that you have it. That will also help you prepare for the self-test. It will give you an idea of how the questions are going to appear. So let me go to the demo now. So I'm going to play this for us now. Just listen.
We're running through the mask demo. As Dr. Adebola previously mentioned, I'd like to just run through a sample test created for this demo. Okay, we are in. I'm just going to take a moment to explain the interface we have here. First and foremost, you can see as basic data of the students, the surname and the name. To the right, you have a timer that just gives you the amount of minutes you have left. It's counting down. And something mentioned earlier was how students could tie questions to existing material. And one of the features is this tag, right? So taking note of the tag, this allows specifically for lecturers, right, to track questions. This is necessary because the system randomizes questions and answers, and it's you can have three people sitting together side by side, and they are writing three different exams because the system is designed to randomize everything as configured. So let's say there's an issue with this question and it needs a correction. In traditional systems, say on paper, that question will be overlooked or given as a bonus, right? But what we have here is a system whereby the question can be edited in real time, and all you need to do is to refresh the page. So now I'm just going to move on. Okay, it also indicates the amount of questions left. I configured this test to serve 10 questions per trial. It's also worth noting that I mentioned refreshing the page. So in designing the system, one of the things we considered are the factors that affect us, factors that are unique to us, right, here in Nigeria or West Africa as a whole. So I'm very sure we've had experiences where in the course of an
Admin, please, can you help us take up this thing on this, or is it in the recording? Admin, please confirm if this was in the recording. Okay, if you can, don't worry, because I'm playing it, you might not be able to. I just want to be sure that no student is scribbling. I'm not sure any student is scribbling, so maybe it was in the recording. So I'll go ahead.
There's power failure, or the server needs to restart, and then everything is lost. One of the features of this platform is it saves your progress, and then like in the instance I mentioned earlier where the question is corrected, all students need to do is to refresh the page and they have the work loaded up. Another thing to note is that this system itself is actually not images, right? These are texts that you can copy and paste somewhere else. The reason for this is traditional systems or other platforms like this, some of them use images, right, for the equations. What you then find out is a system whereby you have very heavy questions, right? Each question is heavy and consumes a lot of bandwidth. But with this, all you transfer from the server is text, and then text and link enriched markup, and the latex is rendered on the browser. So I'm just going to breeze through this. I'm not really solving the questions. As you can see, the questions themselves are terrible. By that I mean, there's a common misconception that CBT or multiple choice questions cannot rigorously test engineering subjects, right? Because we feel that you have multiple choice questions, supposed to be easy, and then you have the theory, which is the hard part. But take a question like this, for instance. It's worth noting that this question requires you to take your time, understand the premise of the question, and also look at the answers carefully, because they all look similar, and you actually have to walk through each step. So this shows that, right, you can actually have multiple choice questions that rigorously test our students, and this system has been used in production, as in for students in production, right? So this is not a guess. We've seen this in action. Now, I'm not sure if you caught it, but there was some kind of lag, where you saw the code behind, or the LaTeX code, and then it was rendered. So that happens when the question is very heavy on the questions. There's an indication that you're going to have a lot of mathematically formatted variables here. So I'm just going to breeze through this to the end, because the next ones at the end. Okay, so now we submit. And one more thing that you notice is there's a confirmation, because like I mentioned earlier, this system is being used, right, actively. And some feedback we get that, someone accidentally submitted the exam, and it needs to continue and all that. So this makes sure that you are really sure you want to continue your submission. So as you can see, I got a very wonderful score of 2/10. But moving on, in addition to the traditional report of, you got X out of Y, we see a breakdown, right, which kind of guides the user or the student to the areas they need more effort. So this would be keyed to the material or textbook the lecturer is using rather. And for instance, on basic vectors, I missed 3 questions, and the location in the textbook or questions I could practice are given right there. So I can just use this key to go to the textbook and practice to improve myself. So these tags help the students to know knowledge gaps in their learning and go back to improve themselves. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that was the demo of that's how your self-tests will look like when you are taking it. We'll give you the instructions, we'll give you the link where you need to log in. We'll give you the instructions of what you should use to log in, and you can take it from wherever you are located. Now, there's a very, very important question asked by Akyode. That was why I told you that please ensure that when you are ready to take your self-test, remember that I will send you the instructions of your self-test when it opens and when it's going to close. You don't need a whole day to do your self-test, but you can plan on ensuring that there is nothing that disrupts your test. I personally would not advise that you are in a location, you are using a device that is not charged, or you cannot bank on. So for me, even though there's a way that could be sorted out, I want to encourage that when you decide that I'm going to do my test at this time, you are in a place where the internet has never disappointed you, and you can be sure that it is guaranteed. Your devices, because you are going to use your phone and your laptop, because there are some questions that come with coding. So you might want to do the codes on your laptop while you are taking the test on your phone. So ensure that your devices are charged, because I know how power is, electric power is like in our different locations. Sometimes some people don't have light for 5 days, 1 week. And that is why I'm giving you the schedule ahead, so that things like this will not meet you unawares. Wherever you are staying, wherever you are living, offices you are working, you already know a trend with your power. If there's going to be another trend, you know that happens once in a while. Ensure that your devices are charged to the fullest, so that you have your devices not disappointing you when you want to take the test. Those part of this test is your responsibility. You can see that one, the test is CBT. It is taken from worked examples, which means that you're not going to be seeing anything strange. It will give you your grades automatically, so you know your score immediately. It will point you to the number in the worked examples that you need to go back to. Now, the material has been prepared that way. A lot of efforts have been put in. You now have to put in effort to ensure that what you are using does not fail. I won't be able to help with that. For example, internet data, location and all that. But everything that you need to ensure that you need to study and prepare, that part has been covered by the tutors. Your own part is your device and power. And for example, today now for this class, I had to ensure that at least everything that I'm doing today, I prepared the demo site ready, downloaded. I prepared to take you to the site ready. I prepared the first day course package. That one is my own responsibility. I had to do that to ensure that, you know, everything that I'm doing goes smoothly. There are some parts I can't do for you. And that is the part that answers Akiode's question. So Akiode, yes, you'll be able to log back in. I can guarantee you that. But it's advisable not that. I've gotten complaints for students during exam. They had issues. When they logged back in, they said that all their answers disappeared. There is no way your answer should disappear. So when they tell me that, I'm asking myself, are you guys joking? Because as you are moving from question 1 to 2, the automatic grader is on. If question 1 is correct, it marks it, it gives you 1 mark already. When you move to question 2, if question 2 is wrong, it marks 1/2. When you move to question 3, so already it's not after you submit that we get your grade. Before you submit, is accumulating the grade already. So if there's an issue where you log back in and you are now confused, because remember, like we said, that it rearranges, it automatically rearranges the question. So it might actually have rearranged the ones you have answered. So to prevent that from putting you in a tight corner, ensure that what you are using works. Akiode, please, am I clear? It will allow you to log back in, but what you will see might confuse you a little bit, and that might throw you off. So to prevent that, it is just important. I think the test just takes around, for the self-test, I think it's around admin. Please, can you confirm to me how long? Just quickly let me check how long the self-test is for, so that I can let the students know the time duration. They just need everything. Sorry?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Yes,
that's what you need for your self-test. 30 minutes. So I think you can ensure that you're in a place where in 30 minutes, no interruption. Akiode and every other person, please, did I answer your question? If there are any other questions, I'm done showing you all that we have for today. You will get the recording posted on the platform, so please enroll. You will get the lecture schedule, the first day course package also posted for you under week 1. I think that's it. The meeting starts, okay. How many questions for each test? The questions for each test, I will send you when we do the self-test instruction on Onoboale, you'll be sure. I don't want to assume from the past. I hope you understand. So immediately after the tutorial session, I will be showing you the self-test instruction so that everybody is set for that day. So you will see there, I will let you know how many questions, the number of minutes and everything that you need. If I answer you now, I'll be answering you from the last set. And if anything changes, that will be misleading. I hope you understand. So Akiode, I want to take us back to my schedule. Just to be sure I got your question right. I want to be sure you are talking about the lectures. Akiode, are you talking about the lectures? Just let me know so that I can answer you. Okay. So as you can see here, we are not having, after today, my next meeting with you via Zoom is week 3, and that is 17th. We'll do one on the 17th, we'll do one on the 19th. It is these ones that you must come in latest 15 minutes after the class starts. For R1 and R2, where there's no tutorial, that is your own reading weeks. That is your own reading week to cover the whole of chapter 1. So I expect that everybody here would have covered the whole of chapter 1 by the 16th of April. I am not going to be here on Wednesday. I'm not going to be here on Zoom next Monday, and I'm not going to be on Zoom next Wednesday. The next time I'm coming on Zoom is the 17th. Before that 17th, everybody should have covered all the topics in week 1 and gone through all the worked examples. So, for example, 4 hours this week, you should have covered everything, maybe 50%. 4 hours next week, you should have covered the remaining 50%, including the worked examples. Akiode, are you clear? So it is when I come into a Zoom meeting that once it is 15 minutes after the class starts, the admin will not be able to admit anyone. For a case where you are already in class, but the internet threw you off, by 12:15, we would have taken a screenshot of the attendance. So if the internet kicks you out, the admin will actually know that this person was in class, it was internet, and we allow you back in. But for anyone not on the attendance taken at 12:15, the person will not be admitted. For everyone on the attendance by 12:15 or 9:15, which is Wednesday, the person, when internet throws you out, will be allowed back in. Is that clear? I hope that's very clear. That's why it is important for everybody in this class to watch this recording again. I've said so many things that you might not remember. Any other question before? Okay, thank you. I'm hoping that there are some people that seem to be silent observers. I'm hoping that you are all doing fine wherever you are. Maybe you just don't have anything to say. So is this a good point for us to close today's meeting? So that we can get the recording ready. I will also send all the schedules and everything you need to the course rep. Sorry, to the admin to post on the platform. Can we go? Are we all good? Can we end the interactive session? And God keeping every one of us. It means that I'll be back on Zoom. We will schedule the 2 Zoom invites ready. I like sending it ahead so that we don't forget. So the Zoom invitation for the 17th of April and the Zoom invitation for the 19th of April, it will be well labeled as tutorial and coding session for chapter 1, and to be sent to you today so that you have that already with you and you can register ahead of time. Okay, can I go? Can I go? Can we go? Can we close? No, there's no self-test attached. You don't have access to any self-test yet. That's why I will tell the admin, please remove the self-test instruction for the previous class. You can just take it off. If it's possible for you to do it now, please do it now so that it doesn't confuse the students. You don't have access to any self-test yet. Okay, you don't have access to it. So you only have access to it after the tutorial and coding session. So it means that the self-test will not be opened until the 17th. Fisayo, are you clear? All you have is your worked examples for you to be working on. But to take the test, you can't take the tests until the 17th. So if you are looking at the schedule that I have here, between 17th and 23rd, the self-test will be opened. And you can take it anytime within that period. We will give you that week. The only thing is that you have only one attempt. So once you have taken it, you can't take it again. So you have to be really ready. You have to tell yourself, oh, I'll be ready by this time. And this is the time I will take it. So don't just go when you are not ready and just rush in and say you want it. Once you take it once, it grades you and that is it. So you have 1 week between the 17th and 23rd. If you are looking here, between the 17th and 23rd to take the first self-test. You can see here, online self-test 1 opens. No, you are only taking 1 self-test after chapter 1, another self-test after chapter 2, as you can see. Please watch my schedule here. Look here. So you can see here, it opens on the 17th, it will close on the 23rd before we start chapter 2. Self-test 1 for chapter 1 closes before we start chapter 2. Self-test 2 opens when we finish chapter 2 and closes before we start chapter 3. So that's the way it's arranged. So we have 1 self-test for each chapter. So your self-test only opens after 3 weeks. This week, next week, upper week. We'll cover those 3 weeks before we open the self-test. Any other question? All you just need to do is just work with this schedule. This is what I'm going to be working with. Just work with this schedule and know the dates. Then I will also be sending reminders through your course rep. Have you enrolled? Have you enrolled, Bolaji? Let me go back here. Once you don't enroll, you can't have access. So let me go back here to just tell you what you need to do. So if you look here, you will see for mine, over here it says start course and complete course. But for those that have not enrolled, you will see enroll now. Bolaji, let me know. Have you enrolled? If you have enrolled, then you are supposed to be able to open all the, I think everybody in the class should be able to test that they can open all the lessons. They can click on it and it's opening for them. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. I can see your response, Moji Radeshut. I can see your response, fantastic. So please ensure that you enroll. Ensure that you enroll. If you don't enroll, everything will be padlocked and you'll be able to open it, okay? All right, thank you everybody for coming in today. I think instead of me waiting for more questions, what I would like you to do on Wednesday or before Wednesday is to listen to this recording, the recording of this virtual interactive session again. It's very possible that whatever questions you have again might have been answered, but possibly you forgot. So please listen to it again. It will be accessible on the platform. Once it's there, I will alert the course rep that the recording is already there and you'll be able to access it. So thank you everybody for coming in today. I'm hoping you a very, very great learning experience. I'm hoping that it will be very smooth for you, the Continuum Mechanics course. And please, let's cooperate by coming to class, following the schedule, doing your self-paced learning, taking your self-test at the right time. and I'm sure we'll all be fine. No, you will get the schedule on, it will be posted, for example, what the admin will do. For example, here you have week 1, linear independence and all that. So what the admin will do is that it will put the schedule here. So it will be, you see here, we only have week 1, chapter 1. What it will do is that it will include the schedule. It either includes it here, or what it does is that it puts it will put the recording of today. It will put the recording of today along with the first day course package. So all you need to do is just check the platform. Once it's there, I can even just send that link to the class rep so that you don't keep looking for it. So I take you straight to what you need. But all you just need to check is what is here. Once you check what is here, you will see virtual interactive session, and you will now see the first day course package included with it. Okay. So that will be put. The reason is because I don't want to be sending separate. I want you to be organized. So what it means that everything that you need at all, everything, just log in here, you find it here. Instead of you depending on your course rep to post one thing for you, to post the other thing for you, everything that will be sharing, recording, everything will be here. So just come here, access it. If you can't access anything, what the course rep just needs to do is to tell me, oh, this has not been included on the page, and we'll put it there for you. All right. Any other thing before we go? All right, thank you, everybody. I think what we might need to do is, based on our schedule, I will, don't worry, there's a possibility that we'll rearrange some of the things that are here, but don't worry about it. Everything here will still be here, but it's just that we just ensure that, for example, in our schedule, we have week 1 and week 2. Here we have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So maybe what we'll just do is that we'll just put, we'll just ensure that everything that is here, will send a message to you and say, from week 1 and 2 on the schedule, all the materials covers it. That's all. So that you won't be confused. Please don't go by this week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5 here. Everything that is here, you must cover in 2 weeks, please. You must cover in 2 weeks in preparation for our session. Okay, I think I need to go now. We've said a lot. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. See you for the tutorial session in 3 weeks. Bye-bye. Admin, I think we can end the class.